Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. It's 9:21. I'm going to log in at 9:45 just to make sure that everything's working. And I'm sitting here. First of all, I'm out of mascara. Can't find any. Not that it... Well, I needed my eyes to stand out some because I am behind glasses. You guys, I have never noticed the creases. This is what they're going to see. If I smile a lot, they'll blend in. But can I really talk to people like this? I'll look like the friggin' Joker. I've never noticed how bad they were. I knew I had them, but I'm just hyper aware right now because I'm going to be speaking to people that I'm just meeting for the first time and first impression and all that. I was going to curl my hair and then it didn't work, so I just straightened it, and I'm very, very nervous. And to make it worse, guys, I'm sitting here trying to set you guys up on a neutral background. I just realized I have no neutral background. No neutral background at all in this house. Y'all know all of my walls have something on them. This is as neutral as I could get. I'm going to have to move the plant because that might be distracting. This is as neutral as I could get in front of my blinds. And then last night, I kid you not, you guys, I didn't go to sleep until around 4:30 because my nerves were bad. I came down here, I had marked everything off on my checklist. Pick out your outfit, you know, figure out what you're going to do with your hair, get your questions ready, get your little notebook and everything ready. Be sure that you have a nice area that you can sit at that's, you know, table length. And then thankfully I went online to see hints for virtual interviews. And I've had one before when I got hired on at Methodist. I had one before and I was not this nervous, but it is what it is. But at 4 in the morning, guys, no, it was 3 something in the morning, I realized that my shades are not as clean as they should be. The blinds are not as clean as they should be. So I went at them. I went at them with Windex, hot water, and a rag, making all this noise just to make it look better. Make sure they're tightened all the way. So I finally went to sleep. Let's see if we can do this. So I finally went to sleep. And this morning, like I said, I find out I'm out of mascara. I can't find Bobo. So I just know that as soon as I sit here, he's going to be outside on that little table meowing, meowing, meowing. I just know it. So I'm going to have to put some food outside in case he shows up. He can eat and Martin is inside, but he's asleep, and he's an older cat, well, in cat years, so he's gonna sleep a lot. My air keeps going on. I'm here by the vent. I don't know if that's gonna make any difference. My water dispenser over there will turn on, you know, just to cool. The little compressor will click on, but this is the only space that I can do anything at. So I'm like, okay, fine, you know, I've been rehearsing the tell me a little bit about yourself over and over and over again since like 2 in the morning yesterday, and I'm still getting tongue-tied by myself. I can imagine 2 people waiting for me to say something. I'm a nervous wreck. So I sit here trying to adjust the phone, make sure I have the charger plugged and all, and I hear woo, I hear all this noise. You guys, it is 9:24, and around 9:15 I started hearing all this hootenanny outside. You know my neighbors, the CPS neighbors? Well, there are 2 half-clothed men that look like they just came out the prison yard, boof, out there on the sidewalk, on my side, not on their side, on the sidewalk on my side, hooting and hollering and smoking tweeds at 9:24 in the morning. I'm like, are y'all still partying? Because y'all are way wide awake this early in the morning, and you can hear it in here, guys. So I went outside to do that scowl to see what was going on, and then I saw that these dudes look like friggin' bodybuilders, and I hightailed myself inside. I'm trying to start no problems with Debos. If y'all watch Friday, y'all know who Debo is, and these guys look like Debos. So I just came in, and I'm sitting here hoping the cat doesn't show up and meow right outside the window. These guys get stoned enough and fall asleep or leave. I hope Martin doesn't wake up. I hope this is not a deterrent. I hope this is not a deterrent. I need Botox, guys. And then I was thinking, do I have any surgery tape? I do, actually. I have some surgical tape. I was thinking, what if I tape my face? But then I look kind of weird. You guys, I'm nervous. I'm sick to my stomach. I want this to be over. I woke up this morning thinking, I don't want to do this. But no, I have to. And then also in my tummy is the whole, they seem like really great people. The company seems like a good fit. I think I'd be a good fit. But the commute is going to require a certain amount of compensation. And I know we haven't talked about compensation yet, but that's going to be the deal breaker for me or for them. I told them what I made hourly at Methodist, and they didn't even scoff. So I'm thinking the pay was okay, but it's gonna have to be really okay in order for me to commit. And then I feel bad because we've gone through all this, gotten to know each other, gotten to this point, and not once have I mentioned the commute might be an issue. But then again, maybe it wasn't the time. I don't know. I'm so out of the loop, guys. If an offer is made, then that's when negotiations start in regards to pay. I know that, but I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I don't want to stammer. I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to make a fool out of myself, and I don't want to not present myself like me. I don't want to not do well. But I think the guys might have chilled because I don't hear anymore. My head's starting to hurt, which is not good, so I got some caffeine. I was going to eat something, but I don't want to, in the middle of everything, hiccup or burp. That would be traumatizing. Okay. So, this is me. I was going to wear white, but it was too bright. And then I have on the black, and then my hair is dark. I didn't dye my hair. Guys. But I think it looks okay. Very shiny. I love Prel. But this is what I'm looking like. And I wish I had mascara. I was going to put on lashes. I couldn't find my glue. I just thought, you know what? Instead of sitting here in silence, let's get online. And I wish there was a way that I could film it live. Like if I had another camera or another phone, I could film the whole interview and play it back for you guys. But I have my questions. Y'all want to hear what I'm going to say about myself? Now, it's not going to be as this. But I'm hoping, let's see if I remember it. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Well, I have been working full-time since I was 18 years old. So, I have established a very strong work ethic. My attitude is there is always something that you can be doing. I don't like to be idle, but I manage my time very well. I'm very focused. And all of that contributed to success in the 10 plus years that I worked in the clinical field. I was able to understand and appreciate the importance of attention to detail. I became a good communicator, a good listener, and I became very empathetic to patients, which is what we need in our type of setting. At the end of the day, I've always and always will want to feel that I provided a positive outlook. See, that's where I screw up. My goal at the end of every day is to have provided a positive impact to those we serve and contributed to a productive day with my team. And I look forward to working in an organization that strives for the same. That part right there, my goal, I know what I want to say. Because this is just the way I am. I've never been able to work and leave at the end of the day and not feel right about not giving 100%. I hate loose ends. I don't like loose ends. I don't like to leave anything unfinished. I always wanted to leave work feeling like I accomplished something, then I benefited somebody, that I did my part for the team. That's how I need to say it. I'm trying to structure it here, but I need to be more honest to me. That's exactly how I feel. I did not like leaving loose ends. I did not like leaving anything unfinished. I liked leaving knowing that I provided a service to people, that I did my best and my part and contributed to my team. And I do want to work for an organization and a team that feels the same. Is that corny? Is all of it corny? It's all honest. It's all honest. I just don't. It's just the breaking it down and just the bullet points and what when I get nervous, y'all know I get wordy, I get mouthy, I get really long-winded, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I found myself doing that with the recruiter both times. I know exactly what I want to say and it's right here, but or else I'd go blank and oh, it's a blanks. I'd rather talk more than go blank. It's 9:31. I'm gonna log in at 9:45. Can I tape my face? Is my lipstick dark enough? I'm trying to stay neutral. I'm not big on makeup. Y'all guys know this. But this is the look I always do, minus the lashes. I usually put on lashes or minimum have mascara. But it's all neutral. It's all neutral colors. That's what I'll do. That's just what I do. I didn't do the whole contour and all that stuff. I probably should have put a little something under my eyebrows, under my eyes, a little concealer or something, but I was nervous and I was sweating and I was not going to be good. I have to make sure that I pee. I already have to pee, and I've not even drank half of this. I think I've had 4 sips, but I wanted the air went off. I'm going to play back and see. At 11:31, the air went off. I'm going to play back and see if you can really hear it. But at this point, honestly, there's nowhere else I can go. There's nowhere else I can go that I can get quiet, that I can get, these blinds look terrible, but this is the only place I can do it. Little dude was like, why don't you just sit where you do your YouTube videos? I'm like, because the interweb said not to. The interweb said not to have a whole bunch of distraction in the background because it was unprofessional. But this, I think, I guess I definitely won't have them open, but it is what it is. Should I move the plant? Get my chair straight so that back isn't showing. Here we go. Now what we see is I don't want to do this. I better go pee. It is 9:33. Wish me luck, guys. I'm so nervous. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, and I told little dude, I asked him if he wanted to start school clothes shopping, and he said he did. The nearest mall is in, 20, 25 minutes away, in a direction that I don't like to drive. I mean, I don't mind driving it. I just don't want to go so late, and then we get out there and then have to come back in rush hour. I don't like any freeway during rush hour. But I'm not really fond of that mall, but it's the only good mall around here, so we might do that if it runs too late, or I don't know, we'll see, but or maybe just go tomorrow when there's nothing going on. But then again, maybe something will be going on tomorrow, because what if they offer something and want me to come in for drug tests and all this stuff? This process is nerve-wracking. I was never this nervous when I interviewed for Methodist, but then again, I was employed when I interviewed for Methodist. Here we are, not in a need to work situation, because thanks to my big dude, he's not even in any hurry for me to go back. But y'all know I want to. Y'all know I'm ready. So let me go tinkle. He timed it perfect, my good little muffin man. Get in here. Get in here. I'm going to go outside. I need a breath of fresh air. Okay, so the interview's over. It went really well. They were really amazing. They kept saying that they feel I am a good fit for them, for a culture of the culture of the company, the culture of the department. I did almost have a heart attack at one point, because he asked the manager over the department if they move forward with onboarding, would she be willing to travel to Dallas, or would I have to travel to Texarkana? I'm scared to death of having to drive to friggin' Plano, which is an hour away. And you want me to drive to Texarkana? But she said no. Now that they're established here in the Plano area, she would travel down to Plano. They had one more interview today, and they said they're going to do their internal, you know, talk amongst each other. After that, if they decide to move forward, I will hear from them by mid next week, and I should be ready to start by mid-August, which would be awesome because by then little dude will be back at school. Crazy eyeshadow. We'll be back at school. This lipstick is not the business in daylight, but it went really well. They were really friendly. I dug them. I think they dug me. They answered a lot of my questions that I took all that time writing down. They answered a lot of the questions before I even asked. The questions that I asked, a couple of them were like, well, we've never been asked that before, but it was stuff that I wanted to know about the company. It was way easier than I had to be, and that whole torture of, so tell us a little bit about yourself. They must not ask that in 2024, honey, because I tortured myself for 2.5 hours trying to memorize that. Didn't even need it. But it's over. One down. I don't know if I'm gonna have any more to go. I'm still sipping on this soda. But the minute I started talking to them, the knot in my belly went away. They were so informative, and they did a lot of talking, so I was able to just like take in all the information. I almost felt like they were trying to sell their company to me instead of me selling myself to their company. But I think we both did a good job in letting each other know who we are. And aside from the commute, and that was the first thing the lady asked me. She goes, so where do you live? And I told her, and she said, how far away is that from the Plano location? I said 45 minutes to an hour on a good day with no traffic. And she said, are you willing to make that commute? She said, because we've had people who come in, and after a few months they're like, the commute is just too much, you know, because it is pretty trafficy over there. I said, well, to be honest with you, when I first spoke to Chris the recruiter, I mentioned that I couldn't take less than what I was making at Methodist, but now upon thinking about the commute, that salary would have to be negotiable, and if the offer is one that I can work with, the commute is absolutely not an issue, because it's the truth. You pay me enough, honey, I'll drive over there. I'll drive over there. I'll leave at 5:30 in the morning to go the side roads and whatever, if you pay me enough. But they didn't mention pay, and I didn't ask pay, but they know what I'm taking. They have more interviews, and we'll see. It didn't come up, and it's not something I'm comfortable discussing anyway. So if they come at me with an offer, we'll go from there. We'll see, and that's what we'll start negotiating if they really like me and they really want me. But they did have one more interview today, so it's over. It's done. It's done. Little kitty waited perfectly to meow at the door. My neighbors finally chilled out, went away, or whatever, I'm not sure. But now I am wide awake, and it's early. It's 10:48. Well, it was 10:48 when I walked outside, so it was an hour. It was an hour interview. It's too early to wake up, little dude, but I am hyped. I am super hyped, and I have nothing to do. What was going on somewhere? Somebody is having, it's not a job fair. They were having I got a notification for something. I don't know if it's Workforce Center. Somebody, I need to go on my email. Somebody is having something, and figure I'm dressed. I have my makeup on. I could go scatter some resumes. What was it? I'll check my email, because it's early, guys. It's early. My stomach is now hungry, now that it's settled. But I'm going to find myself something to do before the rain comes, because it is cloudy out here. Again, I don't know if we're going to go to the mall or not, because I don't want to get caught in the rain out there. And I want to let little dude sleep. I couldn't sleep, guys. I'm telling you, I didn't go to sleep till, I know it was after 4 in the morning, and little dude was awake with me. He says, you awake, I'm awake. I like this blush. Oh, and that's another thing he said. The building is casual. He says we're a jeans and t-shirt kind of company. if that's what you're comfortable in. If not, you know, don't feel you have to dress that way. Dress up, dress down, doesn't matter to them as long as the job gets done. So I'm just like, maybe I can pull out my girly clothes. I thought maybe we were gonna have to have scrubs. Look how thin my hair is, so you can see through it. But anyway, I thought maybe we were gonna have to wear scrubs because the research that I did on their website and stuff, a lot of them were wearing scrubs, but I think those are the pharmacists. Duh. Dang, there's mosquitoes out here. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take a breath. I'm not breathing. I'm gonna make me some cinnamon toast and see where the day leads me, guys. Wish me luck. Look at this nonsense. The destruction. Yes, that's my floor creaking. The destruction, guys. Ay, time to clean up. Y'all are going to be hearing some creaking, guys, because I got to put up all this stuff. Got to put up all this stuff. In all the chaos, I uncovered lots of unopened makeup, guys. I wonder if it's expired. It might. It probably is. Let me get me a hair clippage. My hair is so thin, and then I had the nerve to straighten it. It's probably going to slide right out of this clip. But it's hot. I need to be me. I need to be me. I need to feel like me. My face feels so gross. So chawitosa, chiclosa, sticky. I had all of my little pouches organized by what was in them, and now nothing makes sense. This is the only thing I could find that might have worked as mascara. It's a Mega Clear, Wet n Wild Mega Clear. It's for lash and eyebrows. They didn't do nothing. It did control my eyebrows. It kept the brows boop, boop, up like that, up like so, like that. But I'm just gonna put everything away. This foundation is amazeballs. It is matte, full coverage. The Revlon Color Stay Whipped. My favorite. I've never been a fancy foundation kind of girl anyway, but what I used to use was this one, the L'Oreal True Match, and I love the True Match, but this, oh, so delicious on the face. I don't know what goes where, guys. I ripped it. How can I go from being so happy to ripping to tearing up my little makeup bag? Anywho, I got super hyper. I don't know if it was just the relief of having the interview be over or the relief that they seem to really have liked me, but I got super hyper. And I just took a bunch of silly pictures in the house. If y'all are my buddies on Facebook, y'all know what I'm talking about. And now, if y'all are my friends here as well, then it all makes sense there. I fixed it. I fixed the colita. I need to wash my makeup brushes. I realized that as I was getting these things together. I definitely need to wash my makeup brushes. Y'all remember, if y'all been with me a while, I went through this obsession with makeup brushes, especially out of Dollar Tree. And I don't use them. I have my tried and trues, the ones that I know blend well, the ones that I know cover the area. Where are y'all? Cover the area, the cheek and everything. So those are the ones that I've been using forever. And if I ever needed to replace one, thankfully Dollar Tree was there when they were selling the e.l.f. products forever. Y'all remember that? Y'all could get a plethora of e.l.f. Let me switch y'all over. A plethora of e.l.f. products. Oh my gosh. Let me show y'all. Let me close my toilet though, because don't nobody want to look inside of a toilet. There ain't nothing floating in it, but let me show y'all the chaos that is this makeup drawer. You would think I wore makeup. This is just one of the drawers. Well, no, this is the makeup drawer up here. But look at all this stuff that I pulled out. When do I wear this? When? When, people? How am I going to fit all this back in here? That's what I'd like to know. My drawer won't close. I really need to go through these drawers because this is ridiculous. A woman who doesn't wear makeup hardly should not have this much makeup. Like, I can't even close my drawer. Then I'm not going to be able to open it. Chihuahuas. Okay, that's on my to-do list. My oldest, I sent him a text, you know, giving him the update. And he's like, I'm glad everything went well. I'm glad you're happy. But please, please, please don't take any job for any pay. I know how you feel like you're a burden, but you are not. I can't tell you that enough. Just don't take any job for any pay with that crazy commute. So I explained to him that I said that that was going to be negotiable because of the commute, that we would have to discuss salary. So you guys, honestly, I don't think he's ready for me to go back to work. I don't think he wants bad for me. I don't think he doesn't. Gosh. Y'all hear that noise? That's Martin hacking and wheezing. We suspect he has asthma, but the vet doesn't seem to think his episodes are bad enough that he should be tested. But he does this hacking, coughing thing. It sounds like a hairball, but it's not a hairball. A hairball sounds a little different than what this is. This comes from like somewhere right here. And I've done research and they say it's possible asthma. Can you believe that? A cat with asthma? But his vet, like I said, his vet doesn't seem to be that concerned. Because when he starts hacking up like that, all I do is I'll tap him on the sides like that or right between his shoulder blades until it passes. And then he seems fine. But he's never passed out. He's never fallen out on me or nothing like that. But I'm like, look, to the vet. Is that what we're waiting for? We're waiting for him to fall out? We're waiting for him to pass out? What the heck kind of crap is that? But it is what it is. But anywho, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't think that my oldest is in too big a hurry for me to get back to work. Let's go to work. I mean, he hasn't said as much, and I know he worries. He constantly worries about me, so he absolutely doesn't want me to just take any job like he said. He's still worried about my health. He's still worried about my aches and pains. But I don't know. I get a, like, does he enjoy? I know he doesn't complain. I know it must make him feel some kind of way to know that he is providing for the family. Maybe it makes him feel good, and that's amazing. I'm glad he's that type of man. But I don't think he's ready for me to go back. I haven't asked him straight out, but I don't know. He's probably just overly concerned. He's like me. He's a worrywart. So and I do know he wants to make sure the pay is good. It's not too far. My body's going to be able to handle it. That I'm ready to go back to work. But he's still more focused on my feeling better. He's still more concentrating on more injections, more therapy. I'll pay for it than my going back to work. When I mentioned that I'm applying, Mom, you really don't have to. When I mentioned that I had an interview, okay, but just don't take any, thing, just any old offer. And I don't know, but I love him. I love him for caring and for worrying and for wanting to make sure I'm okay. But I just don't want for him to have to carry the burden of a family, when he's a single dude. I appreciate it, but y'all have heard me say all this before. I don't know. I get a vibe. I get a mommy, don't go to work kind of vibe. And I know little dude likes it. I know little dude likes me being home. When he came home and the picking him up from school and stuff like that, I know he liked that. I liked it, but it's time. It's time for me to get back. I'm okay. I at the moment can't do anything in regards to more PT or more injections or anything like that, and I'm fine. I have my days, but whatever. I'm 50. I have my days. I'll be fine. I'll be okay. And if not, then I'll deal with that at that time. And thankfully, I'm grateful that my big dude is still there, to catch me if I fall. But I'm trying to figure out what to do now. What time is it? Excuse me. It is 11:45. It's almost noon. I might wake up, little dude. 6 hours is plenty enough time. It is starting to sprinkle. So I really don't want to get on the freeway. And at this point, by the time he gets dressed and we get over there and eat something and shop, we're going to be trying to come back in rush hour, and I don't want to do that. So I think we'll go to like Burlington, Ross. There's a Foot Locker here, because all the kids going to want to wear is sweats and hoodies. I already know these friggin' kids. Are they this way where you're at? Here in Texas, it could be 150 million degrees outside, and these teen boys and some of the girls are wearing friggin' hoodies and literally the hood over their head, sweatpants with Crocs. That's the thing. That's the look. But my understanding is that teenage boys, period, are like this. So where you guys live, do y'all's teens wear inappropriate gear for the seasons? But just for now, I know he likes, we can go to Kohl's. He likes clothes at Kohl's. We'll stay close to the area. If he even still wants to go, he might not want to go. He changed his mind like he changed his underwear. So, but if we do go anywhere, you guys, y'all are going to come with me. So, I'll see you guys soon. Okay, guys, this is future me. As I was sitting here trying to edit this video together, I realized that a hunk of me in the kitchen, because we're about to get in the kitchen and make some dinner in this upcoming part, a whole hunk of it I wasn't even recording. So let me give you guys the gist. All I was doing was having you guys make a salsita with me, because I was going to judge up the rotisserie chicken that I got at Walmart yesterday to make flautas or taquitos, however y'all want to call them. But yeah, I wasn't recording the salsa, so if y'all care, y'all are going to hear me make mention of carrot. So I used a can of carrots, 1 whole tomato, 4 jalapenos, a quarter of an onion, and I blended it, and come to find out that the jalapenos I had pulled from my plant were not hot at all. So I went outside to pull a few more that are still hanging on to my jalapeno plants, and those turned out not to have any heat either. So we're going to begin at that point. So here we go. Well, guys, things ain't working out the way I wanted them to. The 2 little jalapenos that I just pulled off have no heat at all. And I need that heat to balance out the sweet from the carrots and the tomato. So I thought, well, let me just judge it up with some Valentina. If y'all know, y'all know. But this is too delicious on its own, and I didn't want a processed salsa to mess with my fresh ingredients. So what I'm gonna do so as my little salsita doesn't go to waste. I'm gonna saute my chicken for the tacos or flautas. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do tacos or flautas. I'm aiming towards flautas, but I'm gonna use some of the salsa to judge up the chicken. And then I'm also going to use some of the salsa in some leftover rice that I had. I just steamed some rice that day that I did the Spam. I stewed my Spam, and then I just made plain, unsalted white rice. I boiled some white rice, and I had some left. I did add a little butter. And the plan was I was going to make arroz con leche with it. Just like a quick lazy arroz con leche, which is what? Rice cereal? Rice pudding? Rice pudding. Just real quick with some condensed milk and some cinnamon and stuff like that. Just a quick version. But I was like, what am I going to eat as a side with these flautas? Because I didn't make any beans, and you got to have a side. So I'm going to do salad, and then I'm going to do the rice. And I'm also going to add some of this salsa puree into the rice just to judge that up as well. So I'm about to debone this chicken from yesterday. I'm about to debone it and get it ready to get in the skillet. Everything is pretty much cooked. The chicken's cooked. The rice is cooked. I'm just basically, the only cooking I'm going to be doing today, guys, is frying tortillas. That's all I'm going to be doing. So I got the oil on there already. But if y'all want to hang out and watch me do that, y'all can. Let's get to make some flautas. So all I'm going to do here is add just a smidge of water to the bottom of my little pot. Maybe a little more smidge because it's a lot of rice. I'm going to dump in my rice. Okay. Take some of this salsita. Over. Because this was unsalted, I'm going to add some Knorr consomme. And then I'm going to turn the heat up on low, medium, just to get the heat going through that water down yonder. Cover it up and watch it like a hawk. Once I get some steam on the lid, then I'll start stirring, and that's how I'm going to gauge the water and then taste it. If I need to add a little more water, that's what I'm going to do. Is it going to be the perfect rice? Heck no, it's reheated, but that's what we got going on here. So I've shredded my chicken, and I still have a good hunk of carcass. You guys, y'all see all this congealed stuff happening over here? Do not throw that away, guys. That is flavor, okay? That is flavor. And I'm going to end up putting a little bit of consomme in my chicken as I stew it anyway, so everything's going to help. Now, traditionally, the flavor for these flautas is not rotisserie chicken, but it's very basic. You'll just, you know, boil or broil your chicken, do a little cumin, salt, pepper, and tomato sauce, and that's it. But I'm going to have up the doctored salsa. It's rotisserie Walmart chicken. So the flavor's going to be different, but it's still going to be good. It's chicken in a corn tortilla, guys. How can you go wrong? It'll make maybe 10 taquitos, 8 if I make them fatter than I want to. But I could chop it, but I prefer the shred when you bite into the taquito. But it's all up to you in regards to your mouthfeel. I take the skin off when I use rotisserie chicken because I'm a texture girl and I don't want to bite into a crispy taquito and end up with a soggy skin. That's gross to me. So I'm waiting for the oil to heat because we're going to cook the salsa and then we're going to dump in the chicken. Okay. So now that my oil is heated, I'm going to start cooking my salsa. Now if I was just going to use it as salsa for like chips, I wouldn't cook it, but because I am gonna use it to stew some chicken or sazonar some chicken, season some chicken, I'm definitely gonna cook it. Make sure your oil is hot to pour some in. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it all in. stir that up. Cook it up for a few minutes. While it's bubbling away, I'm going to add more traditional flavors. I'm going to get some garlic. Some comino. Pepper. And I'm not going to add salt because I'm going to add consomme instead. Here's the chicken bouillon. Just a little. Stir and cook. Okay, it has been about 5 minutes and the color has changed. It's not as bright. That's what you're looking for. That's how you know you've cooked it long enough when the color changes. So I am about to dump in my chicken. And all you're gonna do is toss and coat. Toss and coat, lower the heat down to low because the chicken's already cooked through, and let it marinate. Let it marinate for the flavors. Get that chicken all up in there. Now, a lot of people don't do this. A lot of people just season their chicken, salt and pepper, and roll it up into tortillas and do salsa on top. This is a very simple, basic meal. Now when you take it out, you're gonna shake the excess off and roll it. But this, like that, over rice is really good. But I had to improvise, guys, because my salsa didn't work out. I didn't have any sides. This is a quick, what do we have in the refrigerator to eat kind of meal. So I'm gonna let that go for a little bit just to heat through. Let me check on this rice. So the rice has a little steam on top. So I am just gonna give it a stir. I did add a little more water so the consomme would have something to soak up in. So yes, it is very watery. Oh my gosh, Mel, you made rice pudding after all. No, is it the texture I like? Absolutely not. But I'm going to let it, I'm going to taste it, see if it needs anything, and then I'll let it simmer to let some of that water dry out. Now, will water dry out completely on already cooked rice? Hex to the no. It ain't got nowhere to go. The kernel is already all swole. What's it going to do? And then if you cook it too long, you'll turn it into mush. If you stir it too long, you'll turn it into mush. So you got to be careful with reheating rice unless you're going to do it in the microwave, especially if you want to judge it up. And I'm talking to you guys like y'all don't know how to cook. But for anybody that's on here that really doesn't know how to improvise in the kitchen, this is for you guys. Let me taste this arrocito. Could use a little more. Oh, that is so flavorful. But I can definitely use a little more something. A little more pizzazz. A little more flavor, just a little bit. But it is. It's gonna be like a rice cereal, or you know when you were sick. Did you ever eat this when you were sick? See, my mom, she would do the chicken broth. She would boil white rice and chicken broth when we were sick, and that's what we would eat to feel better. And this just gave me that vibe. Seriously did. So I'm gonna leave it on low medium. Maybe judge it up a little closer to medium. And I'm going to let some of that water cook down while the chicken is stewing. Now, I'm going to clean up some and get ready to start rolling. Okay. Time to taste the chicken. Yes. We're almost 100% familiarity in regards to the flavor, but it still is a really good chicken. This would also be good on a tostada, like tinga tingas, just shredded beef for tostadas or for the shredded chicken. This is really yummy. I like it. Now I took the lid off of the rice because if I leave it on, it's going to turn to mush. It is softer than I'm accustomed to, but it does taste really good. I'm not going to mess with it too much because it does look like atole, but the flavor is there. Definitely was a good idea to use that leftover rice with some of that salsa. So let's get to rolling, y'all. So with the chicken, I gotta get it out and let the sauce drip off of it. If there's anything dripping off of it, get it off, y'all, because y'all know oil and liquid ain't nothing but drama. So I'm just shaking off any excess. The flavor's in there, so you don't gotta worry about it. No, the sauce is the flavor. No, the flavor's in there. That's why you stewed it, y'all. But just shake off any excess so you don't have serious splashage. Splashage. Is that a word? I just created a word. This is what we're going to start with. I'm going to let it sit for just a little while for any extra little juice to fall down to the bottom. And we'll get started. You want to heat up your tortillas real quick. Just a flash in the pan to get them soft and pliable. That's it. In and out. Anything more than that, they're going to rip when you try and roll them. But just make sure your oil is hot. Hot that it sizzles, hot that it pops. That way you know your tortillas are going to be workable. I'm going to start off with 6 because I think that'll fit in here to fry. Leave it hot, guys. Now let's roll. Okay, so now we're gonna roll. Take little tortilla. Take some of that now cooled chicken, but it's okay because we're gonna get it hot in that grease. And then roll tight, guys. Roll tight. Set aside. Just like the enchilada, except this is chicken. Roll tight. You want to make sure your ends aren't gonna open up, and that's usually what I struggle with. I have never been able to make a flauta that doesn't open in the dang skillet. At least 2 or 3 don't open in the skillet. So I used to use toothpicks, but that's kind of a pain. So now I just make sure that the tortilla is pliable enough that it ain't gonna open up on me or open up on me. And I still get it wrong, y'all. I still get it wrong. I'll probably get it wrong right now. And then also be careful with your fingernails, because your fingernails will stick in here and rip up your tortilla. But I'm just going to fill these 6 and fry them and then repeat the process. Okay, I thought we were recording, and I was so proud of how they didn't unroll on me. But all I did was put them in some hot oil. And some people will put them in upside down to seal the little flap, but I don't see any difference, honestly. Once your sides start to get crispy, this is not going to come unrolled. You don't want to crowd them. I make 6 to 8 at a time. That way I don't end up with a pan full of cold, unrolled little taquitos. So I'm going to make these 6. I'm going to set them aside, and I'm going to dip 6 more tortillas in here. Stuff and repeat the process. That's all it is, guys. That's all it is. And you cook them as long as you want, depending on how crispy you want them. I don't like them super crunchy, but I definitely like a crisp to it. So that's what we're doing. Now if you'd like, just like with anything else fried, if you want to scoop the grease up over the little flap just to ensure that it starts getting a little crusty and won't flip over on you, go ahead. It's your food, it's your kitchen, it's your dinner, it's your family. You do you. You do how you want to do it. Like I said, these are not traditional in regards to the flavor or even the prep. Nothing about tonight's dinner is the usual, but it still smells good. It still tastes good. That's all that matters, right? As long as your family got their belly full at the end of the day. Now I'm going to check the color on the bottom. You see how that wants to flip over on me. Check the color on the bottom. I like it. It looks like what I'm familiar with, that nice brown crispy prettiness. Now at this point you do want to give each one a little bit of extra attention to be sure that that seal is going to crispify and not open up on you. There we go. Here we go again. Just let it set there for a little bit. Okay, okay. And see, if you have your oil at this level, when you flip it, all sides are going to get crispy. But this is it, guys. This is it. And when you're done, you serve it with rice or beans. I always have like a little salad on the side. I like to top mine with a little simple salad, but a lot of people don't because they think it makes their flauta soggy. So, and I don't mean like a salad with dressing on it. I just mean lettuce, tomato, any other little vegetable you want to add in. I do radish. Some people do cucumber. Some people just lettuce and tomato. It's however you want it, guys. But there's my first three. I'm going to serve mine with the lettuce and tomato on top with some sour cream and some Valentina, since my salsa didn't pan out. But it's okay. It's okay because that little salsita not working out ended up savoring up quite a few things today. So that's good. Now at this point, I flip it and look around to see if any of the tortilla looks soft. And if it does look soft, then I just tip it on to that side to get a nice, perfect, even little fry. And these are going to be ready to take out. And I take them out on a, you could do a little cooling rack so the grease will drip down, but you got to make sure you have a little rack on the bottom of that. I just do paper towels on a cookie sheet. And these are done. You can tell by the feel when you squeeze them if they're the right crispy for you. These are perfect for me. When they're golden like this, they're perfect for me. Just dip out the oil. Oh, and another way to know that your flautas are going to be delicious is if the chicken on the inside has them little toasty ends. Can you see that? That's how you know. But beware of them little rogue pieces. Okay, let's try this again on camera. So let's see if I'm successful again with putting these in here without them opening. Yeah, okay. Okay. So things seem to be working out today. I better not toot my own horn because I'll end up jacking something up. But there we go. I'm going to make all that I can make with this chicken, and I'll see you guys at dinner. So one thing I do to test my oil, guys, is to dump a little tortilla into the oil and see if I can work with it without it breaking. And then I have a little leftover tortilla. But is it going to go to waste? Heck to the no. Because as I'm cooking, I am noshing this piece of tortilla in this chicken. Pinchy, pinchy. That is good, y'all. Okay, guys, I got the last two on. My salad is ready. The rice is so good. I keep picking at it. But I had to stop picking because then I wasn't going to be hungry. Over here, I didn't have the crema mexicana or the Honduran crema that I usually like with my flautas. So I just diluted some sour cream with some milk. And then I have Valentina and Cholula salsas as an option since my salsa didn't work out. But the flauta sure did. Yes, they did, and I am done. The whole house smells like grease, but it's going to be good eating, and that always makes me feel good. Little dude is going to have chicken tacos on flour tortillas and rice, so that's real simple. I couldn't judge up any of his stuff, but y'all know the deal with that. But let's plate this sucker up. Okay, guys. It is the end of the day. It's about 11:30. My kitchen is clean. I had to mop the floors because all the little spitter spatter of grease everywhere just drives me nuts. My head is killing me. It keeps threatening to rain. It gets really cool. It sprinkles a few drops and then it just doesn't happen. My head, all of this feels like the Incredible Hulk is dancing on my sinuses, man. So I have taken my, I need to buy stock in friggin' Walmart stuff, guys. This is my arsenal. Now, their ibuprofen is amazing. Like, you could buy like a name brand ibuprofen. It does not work as long or as well as the Equate brand. I don't know what's in it, but the Equate Sinus, PE, and Allergy, I gotta take 2 of them, guys. The one that I used to find at the Dollar Tree, and it's hit and miss depending on what Dollar Tree you go to. Even my ears are hurting. Now that one little pill, I am good. I'm gold for hours. This one I have to pop 2 and it's still not working. But anywho, I'm about to jump in the shower. I'm going to try not to get my hair wet because I do want to dye it. And I don't have a lot of product in it, but they say to wait 24 hours after washing your hair to dye your hair. So it'll be 24 hours tomorrow. And I would like to dye it. Get rid of these grays and see what that brown is going to look like. I'm going to get in here and scrub my face down some more. Because even though I washed it, I still feel like there's makeup on it. And then I'm gonna go to bed, guys, but I wanted to come on and say thank you guys for all of the love and support and the woohoo and good luck that you guys have been giving me on the video that I just posted a few hours ago. It went well. Your well wishes were heard. So we'll find out next week. But you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, just caring for me, loving us, and supporting this little channel. I got a notification from Google that a payment had been made to my account from Google AdSense, and that's you guys. That's you guys watching and not skipping the ads and commenting and just being a part of my little YouTube world. And I thank you guys so much. That money is going to come in handy, absolutely, definitely. And I appreciate every last one of you guys that just come out and hang out here with us. And as usual, guys, thank you. And until my next go around, I love y'all bunches. Bye.